the Bears are trading a compensatory fourth-round pick to the Jaguars in exchange for Nick Foles, who spent just 1 year in Jacksonville and failed to win a single game while he was there after, of course, having the incredible run in Philadelphia, led the Eagles to the Super Bowl. You don't need me to tell you about all the things that happened there. The point is he went to Jacksonville last year to be the starter, and it did not go that way at all. One season later, he's in Chicago, where they just used the second pick in the draft on Mitchell Trubisky a few years ago. So, Shefty, I think the question everyone has is, are the Bears acquiring Foles to be the starter or to be Trubisky's backup?
Well, I think the fairest thing to say right now, Greeny, is they are acquiring him with the definite chance to be the starter, right? Look, they're going to bring him in there, and he's got an advantage in an unusual offseason where things are not going to be normal, where there's a chance that players and coaches will not be together in person until training camp, and new players to new systems will have a challenging time learning the other offense. Nick Foles worked with Matt Nagy in Philadelphia. He worked with John DeFilippo on the Bears coaching staff in Philadelphia. He worked with Bill Lazor on the Bears coaching staff in Philadelphia. He's going to know the Bears offense, and he's going to be able to hit the ground running. And the Bears knew they had to get a quarterback in there. So I would just say this right now. I think he's going to have the chance to start. We'll see how camp goes, but you don't go get a quarterback like Foles, redo his contract, restructure it, with the idea that he's not going to have a chance to start.
Now, the busiest man in the business is obviously Adam Schefter right now. Shefty, thank you, and we will continue with you as these stories continue to come in. Now, let me go back to Dan and Marcus here. And Dan Orlovsky, I'll start with you again because, you know, the Bears, we wondered, will they bring in someone to start or will they bring in someone to back up Mitchell Trubisky? They sort of feel like they went somewhere in the middle. What do you expect to happen with the Bears' starting quarterback job?
I expect Mitchell Trubisky to win this competition and be the Bears starting quarterback, Greeny. And this is a win-win for the Bears total organization. Couple of reasons why. First of all, this move to bring Nick Foles in forces Mitchell Trubisky to put his big boy pants on, to kind of grow up and become the man of the house. It's his opportunity to grab the bull by the horns and say, no, this is my job. This is my organization, and I'm going to become the CEO of the billion-dollar company. And then on the flip side, this now allows Matt Nagy, the head coach for the Chicago Bears and play caller, to really not baby Mitchell Trubisky. It's no longer, hey, you only started 13 games in college. This allows him to coach fearless. It allows him to push Mitchell Trubisky because the reality is this. There's 51 other guys on that football team that are now going to understand if Mitchell Trubisky does not step up and prove to us that he is our guy, we now have the safety net. We now have the ability to turn to somebody and go, you can win us football games if necessary, and that's freeing to everyone on that football team, Marcus. You know, as a defensive guy, that when you understand the quarterback either has to play well or there's going to be a different option, that is freeing as a full football team. And this is a win-win for the Bears organization. It was the best absolute move for everybody involved, Swagoo.
Swagoo, I've got two questions for you. The first is, who will be the Chicago Bears starting quarterback week 1? And the second is, who will be the Chicago Bears starting quarterback week 8?
Week 1, it'll be Mitchell Trubisky. Week 8, it'll be Nick Foles. And look, I understand that the competition rate, and I agree with Dan. I agree with doing that to a lot of guys around this league. But I just don't think Mitchell Trubisky is built to sustain the mental part of playing quarterback. We talked about it last year when he was going through the locker room, turning TVs off, and then he was having a little bit of a resurgence. Matt Nagy was trying to have his back. The ownership was trying to have his back. Everybody was talking about him. Listen, they facilitated everything they could to have success for Mitchell Trubisky. When you bring in Nick Foles, question for you guys, what was the last best role we saw Nick Foles in? A backup. Coming in to take over for Carson Wentz, even though it was an injury, he came in and did a phenomenal job. And I don't want to go back to Super Bowl MVP and all of that, but Nick Foles has the ability to come in after guys when they either sustain an injury or have a problem and have success.
Listen, I just think, I heard Mike Tannenbaum say this last night. The quarterback position is a developmental position. And I mean, I think it's phrased so well. And I think we're just looking at Mitchell Trubisky as a finished product, and he's not that. And Nick Foles is the ideal guy to go, you can do this, and I'm going to help you do this and play as well as you can. It's the perfect fit, and I believe in Trubisky still.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.